Okay guys, I know there's been fewer videos out of me, and that's because the market's been pretty dead. Not a lot of stuff moving. Just being patient and grinding the account higher until until we get a little more volatility, a little more action, which should come this week actually. Germany Supreme Court, FOMC here, so a lot of good stuff coming. We should have plenty of action the rest of the week. I'm going to go over the calls I made. I think I had one 3 cent per share loser out of all my ideas today, and the rest of them pretty nice, including, but not limited to, this TIBX. TIBX, big gap down. I did not do anything with it. I'd love to tell you I caught this big reversal, but I really wasn't even watching it. I didn't notice it. I do a lot of clicking around looking for ideas as the day unfolds. I didn't notice it until it looked like this. Typed into chat, hey, TIBX has a very tight base with the high of day to the left after a big gap down. Our members know what that means. That means if it breaks this base, you're lighting up new highs ticker after the big gap down. Could be some short covering. Everyone who shorted it from the entire day, right, is going to have to cover, or is probably going to cover. So the idea would have been over this base, 30.55, stop about 20 cents below that base, and look what happens. Within 5 minutes, you're up 50 cents, little hiccup, and boom, up another buck. It actually went up $1.57 from right here to right here on about 20 cents risk. TIBX, just beautiful there. Green Mountain Coffee, whoops, GMCR, different kind of entry. It's been very strong. I always feel like chasing when I look at a stock that's already had 2 big days in a row and then a gap up. So how did we handle it? We didn't chase, right? We let this thing grind down and then waited till it found some support. Then I called along at 31.35, which is probably right about here, and a low of day stop. Now this didn't happen very quickly, but it did grind higher and ended up making it to 32.28, and I was actually a seller right about here, so I played that perfectly. Now I sold some, I scale out, but my final sell was right there that I announced in chat, so not too bad, not too far from the high of the day after the entry. 31.35 went to 32.28, 93 cents a share on a little over 30 cents risk. Other calls I made, certainly nothing to brag about, but I just try to go over all my ideas for the day real quick. Late in the day, I called Abercrombie after it was just getting killed. Again, it wasn't on my watch list, ANF, but I called it at 35.90 right here with a like an 8 cent stop, and it only went slightly over 36, but we were never in danger of losing money on it. Oh, and then Leapfrog, LF. I called it long, actually. We had this on Bounce Watch to show you why here. I mean, like 6, 7, 8 days in a row down to the 200-day moving average. Take today's candle out of it. This was certainly worthy of being on Bounce Watch. And we did get a bounce today. Now, how we played on an intraday basis, I just have this on a chart because I know if it can trade in a narrow range and then break its early high, there might be some short covering. Usually that's an easy trade. Well, because I had this on a chart and I saw this little pop, I went ahead and called it right here. I think at like 8.48 with a stop below this candle at 8.42, 6 cents risk. Let me zoom in a little bit. And then I thought, hey, we're going to get the high of day break, and then it didn't. And I went ahead and right here, there's a red candle coming right there. Went ahead and killed it. So I ended up selling it for 3 cents less than I bought it for. Then I called one more trade in it later. Watch this unfold. Okay, it never did roll over and take out the low of the day, so it's still interesting to us, right? And then it does this little tight base. This little tight base, kind of like that TIBX. Called it over this base. Try to find the exact price I called it. Well, I'll just, I believe it was 8.52, 8.53, something like that, and about a nickel risk. And there's the base break, and then we start flirting with the high of day, and then we get through the high of the day. And it really just went higher the rest of the day. So, nothing to brag about, but I mean, I do like the fact that I called the entry right there and the stop was right there, and we got that afterwards. So this wasn't a whole bunch of money, right? It was only like 15 cents, but the stop was very, very tight, and the theory played out, and it worked perfectly. So again, a slow, boring day, but a couple nice trades, and that's all I need every day to keep it going. So I'll quit babbling, and we'll talk to you later.